Welcome to this special edition of Ask an Event Pro, and we're brought to you by RunningUSA and sponsored by Events.com and airing on Events.com. My name is Bob Babbitt. My guest, one of my favorite people on the planet, Mr. Stan Brajer from Epson. How you doing, Stanley?
I'm doing very well, Bob. How about yourself? We're in LA for a big week, right?
And how long you been involved with RunningUSA? Right from the beginning?
Not from the very beginning, but it seems like about 10 years.
Okay. And how has this whole industry changed?
Oh wow, where do you start? It's maturing. There's a lot more people getting into it. You know, it used to be real competitive, obviously back in the day when we were competing.
Yes.
And now it's more social, more an event, fundraising. It opens up to a lot more potential consumers and runners.
As a guy who was a fast runner, what were your PRs?
Not that fast. 157, 800 meters, 418 miles. So
yeah.
I was okay.
You were okay. Was it hard when you saw that, oh my God, the sport that I love, all these people who, gained or 20 pounds overweight, not really fast, are coming out to do these races?
Yeah, you know what? Initially for us old timers, it was a little bit of a culture shock.
Yes.
But from a business perspective, being involved from a business end, obviously it was really good because it opened up a lot more opportunity.
And in the early days, I think we were 90% guys at the races we did, right?
At least, yeah.
And the expos were, me and you going to the expo, I'd drive around the block while you ran and got your stuff.
Right.
And then we'd switch off and we'd be in the expo for 12 seconds.
Exactly.
Now the expos are a shopping spree because you've got, 60, 70% women.
Right.
And what has that meant to the industry, having this influx of women into the sport?
Well, it's really good because obviously the females, are in control of most of the spending dollars,
right,
and make the purchases and manage the finances at home. Number one, and number two, with the advancement of fitness for women, post-pregnancy, soccer moms,
yes,
it's really been an explosion. It's really good. It's really good for the growth curve for our industry because we still have the core athletes and former athletes that are competitive, but now it opens up a whole other world, and the timing is actually really good with the explosion of social media.
Right. So right now you're involved with Epson,
yep,
and the wearables market in terms of everything from the early Polar heart monitors back in the day, that has changed so much.
Big time.
Talk a little bit about what Epson's looking to do, what they've done already and what they're looking to do.
Well, we're really excited because we're really poised, and you look at companies like New Balance getting into the digital sport.
Yes.
So obviously there's a lot of interest. Companies like Apple entering the space, but Epson has a long heritage, over 20 plus years in technology.
Right.
First and foremost, a technology company. So we have a distinct advantage because we're already developing all the technology, and now we're just incorporating it into wearables, which happens to be the fastest growing category right now.
And it started with runners, right? With
right.
MEB
Always.
and involved with MEB. And so for you, signing a showcase athlete like MEB, how important was that?
Oh, it was critical. Critical. I mean, if to pick one athlete that personifies our sport, it's MEB. He's the most recognized in distance running, but he and Howie, his brother, his manager, both get it, and they know how to market the brand. They know how to enhance the brand. Number one, our return on investment is off the charts.
Right.
It gives us credibility and authenticity, but because of his character, being a family guy, being loyal to his brands, they know how to really sell and market the brand, and they're the end users, just like we are, really passionate about the brand and the technology and what our mission statement is.
As a guy who's one of the major players at RunningUSA, what are the challenges that running is facing moving forward?
Oh wow, there are a number of challenges, but I think in the short term, there are a lot of other events, Color Run, Mud Run, Spartan Race.
Yes.
That it's the good news and the bad news because it brings a lot more people to the table.
Endurance entertainment marketplace.
Right, exactly. But so as an industry, we need to change our mindset and our strategy so that we develop products for that consumer and not alienate our core running customer.
So right now, the Epson product is primarily for runners in terms of the wearable.
Right.
Is there a move into multi-sport as well?
Yes, we actually, we're in Kona. You and I spent some time there, and we have some passionate people that are employed at Epson that are triathletes.
Right.
But we want to make sure that we bring a point of distinction and differentiation. We can't be me too. So we need to bring other new products to the market.
New technology.
Yeah, but running, we have a work cut out for us in running because we have to establish the credibility and the authenticity in running first, and then we'll move on to multi-sport. But it's definitely on the product roadmap.
Have you been surprised at the acceptance of wearables? Because I mean, runners back in the day, man, just give me my shoes and my shorts, and I don't need anything else. Aid stations, I don't need any of that stuff. But now everybody goes out, they've got everything on.
Right. They're looking for the edge, okay? You know, and injury prevention, running efficiency is going to be critical moving forward.
Yes.
You know, we're all aware of what heart rate does, your speed, pace, and distance, calories burned. But now, what do we do with the metrics and the technology to take it to the next level? Because if you're injured, you can't run. And most people can identify, especially runners are notorious for overtraining, so they don't want to get injured, they want to run more efficiently and have it more enjoyable. We have the technology and the metrics that can achieve that goal.
Along the same lines, you get a lot of folks who they train for that one marathon through a charity program.
Right.
All of a sudden they go from 0 miles to 60 and who knows how long. They got double knee braces. They do that one marathon and then we lose them.
Right.
They move on.
Right.
How do we change that?
Well, I think that's where we could, you know, and especially with this, the millennials and this new generation, they understand technology.
Yes.
Okay, and we can bring them in this whole social network, being able to share experiences, you know, and it's a much broader experience. And then with the you know, back in the day when I started running the roads, it was just 10Ks and maybe some marathons.
Right.
But now there's 5Ks, there's mile races, there's
everything.
Half marathons are exploding again too. So there's a lot of variety, and you know, even with the color runs and the mud runs and the Spartan races, it's a different type of training. So I think they'll be able to enjoy it on a longer term basis.
So if folks out there want to find out more about what you guys are doing with wearables, just Epson.com?
Epson.com, absolutely. You go to RunSense is our running product.
Okay.
So Epson.com/RunSense.
Okay, perfect. Stan, thanks so much for joining us.
I appreciate it, Bob. Thank you, as always.
All right, Events.com. Ask an Event Pro. Stan Brajer has been our guest from Epson. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.
Hi, this is Cassie, visual designer at Events.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to learn more tips.